Hello everyone. Today I just want to talk to you about the recent World of Warcraft Classic Era changes. This is for both Classic Era and Hardcore. A new patch was released, version 1.15.3. And if you don't know what this changed, let me read the patch notes for you really quick. This is coming from KVAX, Community Manager. Classic Era and Hardcore. The guild's user interface has been updated to provide more ease of guild management. Alliance players now have access to the Might of Stormwind to a version of the Warchief's Blessing world buff effect. This new buff is gained for turning in a new quest, End of the Dark Horde in Stormwind, and is mutually exclusive with Warchief's Blessing. The Songflower Serenade and Diremaul Tribute buffs can no longer be dispelled by enemy players. Druids can now train and use polearms. So these were obviously some bigger changes there. Like there's a completely new quest, the Alliance never had a version of Warchief's Blessing for themselves. The Songflower Serenade and Diremaul Tribute buffs can no longer be dispelled is also really huge. And that Druids can now train and use polearms is a major change. I'm really confused why they did this in the first place. There was no real talk about this. I'm not sure why Blizzard doesn't, or the Classic team doesn't really poll changes like this, to see if the community actually likes those changes or want them in the first place. We already have the Chrono Boon, for example, for the world buff, so I don't know why these buffs can't be dispelled anymore. I think the Chrono Boon was more than enough. If you talk to PvPers, they would even say this is too much, but this, I don't know, I think this is going a bit too far. I'm usually someone who doesn't mind changes, especially we already have a lot of changes in Classic. How I look at Classic is, it is close to Vanilla, but it isn't Vanilla, obviously, because of all these changes. I know this will already give me flack, but I don't care. This is what I think. The Druid change is pretty cool, and that the Alliance has also now access to the version of the pretty much dull rent buff. But then again, you have to bear in mind a lot of people do not want any changes for World of Warcraft Classic Era servers, and I don't know why Blizzard doesn't implement a feature like old school RuneScape has, where the community can actually vote on changes. Also, these changes are pretty much for Classic Plus. We have this with Swords and maybe some other iterations in the future. Yeah, I don't know. If it would be up to me, I would have let the community decide on each of these changes separately. I think this isn't too much. You literally could implement an NPC there in Stormwind or Grimmer, But yeah, I really don't know. There has also been a petition put up by Cargos. Pretty much the gist of the petition is to the game to maintain the exact experience as it was when Classic first released, without any modern updates or changes besides the Chrono Boon. The argument is pretty much that introducing new versions or changes to Classic Era servers will split the player base, negatively impacting the sense of community and making it harder for players to find groups and enjoy the game together. There's also an emphasis of the importance of keeping the in-game economy and social dynamics intact, as changes could disrupt these systems and affect the overall enjoyment of the game. There's obviously more. I just wanted to, summarize it. It's pretty much a no changes petition. If you're interested, I will leave the link of this petition in the description. As I said earlier, since we already have so many changes in Classic, I don't mind it too much. I would get rid of the guild one, the guild UI. I think this doesn't really fit in the Classic Era aesthetic, and I don't know why they changed so much about the client, because I think the Classic Era client was already perfect, I like the old aesthetic from the 1.12.1 client, and I also like the aesthetic from the Classic Era client. So that's pretty much my stance. However, I know that a lot of people are really passionate about this. They don't want any changes, or not such changes. These are major changes. And, I am all for supporting people that, fight for what they believe in. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. Again, the link to the petition and the patch notes will be in the description, of course. Do the YouTube things for me, like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you disliked it. And having said that, have a good one, guys. Until next time, bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day, guys. Stay safe out there. Vincent out. Bye-bye.